What's up, everybody? Want to do an update video on URG and where I think the uranium market's going. I've put out in previous videos that I thought uranium is going to take off starting in 2016 with a nice gradual climb through 2020. But please realize that during the course of that time, you're going to have an inflection point, a point of infection. What I mean by that in layman terms, basically it's like everybody's in a room and there's only one exit, and it's a really big room. Let's say by 5,000 square feet, right? And you got one doorway in and out, and everybody's got to leave that room. Let's say there's a fire. Everybody's doing all they can to get through that door, squeeze through that door, but it's going to take time. Some people aren't going to make it. That's kind of what's going to happen to the utilities. There's a lot of uncovered requirements going forward, and you've got a lot of reactors coming online worldwide. You have some reactors decommissioning, but the ones coming online more than make up for it, and it's weighed in additions. And basically, I think URG is a star in the sector. They don't have to dilute. They create their own revenue with 60% of their inventory locked in to long-term contracts. This quarter, the only bad thing I can say is this quarter, fourth quarter, they are closing an ill-advised contract. When they first start out, I think it's at $29, $28.90 or something, 98 cents something. They have 100,000 pounds that they have to fill, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and that contract will be closed. Everything else is in the, $55 to $59. I believe they'll have 8 contracts left. The other 40% of their inventory and what they take out of the ground in the future will be set aside, processed, ready to ship within 5 days when the spot market improves, which I think it will. And you're going to see some really big swings to the upside for the uranium sector. Some of the juniors, I don't know how they're going to, I think they're going to be stuck in a hard place catching up. I don't see that with URG. I think companies like CCJ, Cameco will be positioned. Energy Fields, UUUU, will be able to take advantage, and of course URG. And I think URG's got the highest ceiling based on market cap for you to make some big gains. But I hope you're not trying to flip the stock, because I think that'd be an ill-advised decision, because like I said, I see a gradual climb that continuously goes up. Maybe if it hits overbought territory, yeah, you could take some off the table, reassess, and then reinvest. But I think you're going to see a nice mark in the chart climbing, and the stock over $20 by 2018. That's what I've put out before. That's what I believe. You've got some other catalysts on the positive side. You've got the expansion, the double size of Lost Creek, which I expect to come down anytime. The announcement could come through anytime. I've always said Wyoming's got URG's back. I remember a year ago or so, some activists filed with the state of Wyoming to stop, the construction of Lost Creek because of some goose or something. And the governor came out and said, look, we've invested too much energy and resources into URG and their infrastructure, and it's good for the economy, it's good for the environment, it's cleanest energy, and that's where we're going. And another catalyst we have right now that's going on is the COP21 conference, Clean Energy Summit, that's being held in Paris for the next week. That's going to be a catalyst. URG today, December 1st, is presenting at a conference. That's always nice to toot your own horn. But the story speaks for itself. I don't really have to hype the stock. All I'm doing is letting you guys know uh, what's going on, um, and you can do your own research. And 1 + 1 = 2, and I think it's a no-brainer. I think you're gonna make a lot of money. Uh, there's some stocks I don't know. The name I like the names kind of, but I don't know if like they'll be positioned to take advantage, like Denison Mines, Fission. I'm on the fence about them. I do not like UEC, but they could make money by uh, self promoting like they've been doing, and they pay a lot of analysts to cover their stock. And what I see them do is not actually producing any uranium, but actually promising what they have in the ground, and they'll flip it and sell the company. The guy that runs it, I know he runs Brazil Resources as well. He's chairman for 2 companies, and I looked at his history, and he likes to flip companies pretty fast. So it could work out for you, but that's a pipe dream. I've seen where companies get crushed on the same scenario promise, like what was it, Ivanhoe Energy. Uh, it was the same thing. It hyped and promoted and paid off analysts, to cover them, and they never did anything. And I started watching them, I think, in 2007. Well, they filed bankruptcy a year and a half ago, so they no longer exist. Robert Friedman ran that. He was another self promoter. The analysts still toot his horn, and I just don't understand. I like execution. I like businesses that produce on the bottom line, and that's what you get with UR Energy. Um, Another thing that I wanted to hit on, let me see, there's. Uh, oh, April 1st, 2016 will be President Obama's last hoorah into his clean energy bill and his push for clean energy. And like I've said, and a lot of people are recognizing, is nuclear energy is basically going to be your baseload energy going forward to meet projections 2050. And what I mean by that is you're looking at about a 23 to 30% of the pie, what renewables making up the rest of the pies. And I'm glad to see what oil down low. Traditionally, and not always, but traditionally, uranium has traded with the oil market as a commodity, and finally, I think we're starting to see now, especially in the past week, where oil has been really low, and people are starting to realize that look, oil's attached to natural gas, and it's actually a competitor with uranium, and there was a disconnect there, but I think people are starting to realize. If you dig in, you do your research. Hell, you got the easiest, the fastest, most proficient tool at your fingertips. Google, just Google uranium, click on news, follow what's going on in the world, look at all the infrastructure that's being built up, all the investment and plans and permits, and uh, it's a worldwide thing. It's not just as a U.S. citizen, or North America push. It's a worldwide thing, and I see Putin trying to control the energy sector. Uh, because he's got a long-term goal of national pride and looking out for his people, and I get that. But I think UR Energy is really going to take advantage of being located in North America, headquarters out of Colorado. But they've got Lost Soldier in the works. Uh, Real good reports coming back from that of what their studies have shown. You got Shirley Basin probably coming in operation within the next 18 months, I would say. So they're going to be pretty profitable, making a lot of money, and I can see the shares appreciating greatly. Uh, just a lot of stuff. And then they've got other properties too. I think they've got a total of, I've read anywhere from 14 to 23 different interests that they have. They're in partnerships with Energy Fields. They're in partnerships with a couple companies. Uh, they're up in Canada taking advantage of the lake up there. There's just a Cigar Lake and whatnot, and there's just a lot going on that I really like, and they're not over leveraging or hurting themselves by extending themselves out too far. They've really got a plan, and everything that they've told us since 2008 has come to fruition. Blech, tongue twister. Uh, and if you just look at the transcripts from their conference calls, which you can do, you'll see that everything they've projected is come true. Uh, and I like that. I don't like the hype. I don't like the shock and awe news. Uh, based on artificial hope. But I like hard line, true assets, hard numbers, revenue, uh, and a company that is self-sustained, that can pay off their own debt. So take a look at URG. Tell me what you think. I think it's an amazing opportunity, uh, and I'm just impressed overall with the experience of the staff and everything. It's definitely going to reward you, and it's not going to take you long. If you think 3 years is too long to see a huge return on investment, that's impatient. You really don't have any business being in the market. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. Leave your comments, and take care, and happy holidays.